Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And, honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back to read the comments from my latest video. Did social media influence male to quit Love and Marriage Huntsville? Then I got a whole bunch of hot topics to talk about, honey. So without further ado, honey, let's get off into it. Listen. Carlos and the rest of the ungrateful, backstabbing cast and her ex caused her to quit, and Carlos damn well knows that she's better off running her own businesses. She doesn't need that show. Absolutely. Melody don't need that damn show. Carlos, he needs her. The whole damn show is gonna fail. Latifah can't spell, can't read, can't write. What the hell can she do? Destiny live in the damn storage unit. And don't get me started on Melody's ex Martell. Still ain't passed the damn builder's license test. Whole bunch of freaks on the show. Weirdos. Okay, so another person, which is me, honey, I said Ariane is the drive-thru, not the restaurant. Yeah, Carlos talking about she was the whole restaurant. Get out of here. Honey, Carlos just be blowing smoke up people's ass. He do. I told you, he lays it on thick. Okay? Lays it on thick, honey. I also put rabbit face took me out. When they said he looked like a rabbit hunt, when I tell you I got the kikiing and hollering, child, that was funny. Another person says Mel was the breath of fresh air against those dull, boring-ass cast members. Another person says Melody will no longer be their whipping board. Another person says Carlos King and the cast colluded to attack her. Oh, another person writes a smart-ass comment. Okay, they got their ass blocked. Okay. So I'm going to read your comment and then I'm going to block your ass. Okay, that's just what we do. The person way too ghetto and rude. You don't come on Brand New show and talk shit to her. Get that ghetto shit out of here. Absolutely. So the person says, what the hell you are... Not me being red, honey, and laughing. I'm laughing at it, honey. I can't even get the words out. Okay, let me try to take this shit seriously. It's funny in a couple of ways because you're sick of what I'm talking about, but yet you chose to click on the goddamn video. Like, are you deaf? Are you blind? Like, what the hell is the problem? Is there some type of Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles situation going on? Okay, where you can't understand the words that's coming out of my mouth. You don't know how to read titles correctly. Like, get your ass on. And it's always these... Look at me looking at the time. Can I cut up? Yeah, I can cuss. We didn't put in a little work. It's always the motherfuckers with no profile pics talking the most shit. Child, it's a mess. What the hell? You are running out of things to talk about. They doing a detox. Try doing a detox. How you gonna come telling me what I need to do? How about you do a detox and stay away from my damn platform? Okay? Try to go 1 week without having mail in your thumbnail. Try to go 1 week without stalking my channel, okay? How about you do that? But you know what? That's par for the course in my life because motherfuckers claim that they can't stand me. They don't like me, but motherfuckers is always staring at me, listening to my commentary. Okay? I done been with niggas. They said I'm just so horrible. Stalked me after the breakup, child. Before the breakup. tag my email. That Brandy is so horrible. Let me go and stalk her. Okay? Look, let me go. Y'all, not y'all doing the opposite, honey. Okay? Doing the opposite of what you need to do. Could you talk about something else? But I'm going to click on the video and I'm going to take time out of my day to tell you what to do on your channel. Does that make any sense? No. Okay, it's less than smart. Okay, it's like fucking a nigga you know you don't want to be bothered with. You better only be fucking him for the dick. But yeah, like, what is we doing? Let's get that backward shit out of here. So let me remove your little weird ass comment. Honey, I'm trying to block you. Okay, oh yeah, okay, I got you. So that's what we will do to those peoples, honey. Okay, so like I said before, I talk about love and marriage Huntsville, and you can't really talk about love and marriage Huntsville without talking about Melody. Okay, so I wish them good luck on this season. We will see what these peoples do. The trailer was dry as hell. I'm talking Sahara, honey. It was dry. Okay, I was like, Carlos, you better put some water on that shit. Get this shit moistened out, honey. But yeah, Nene ain't on Housewives no more. Candy ain't on Housewives. Kenya, we still talking about them. So I don't know why y'all think we ain't gonna talk about Melody. Okay, there's a lot to talk about and stuff keeps happening. Like Carlos, I didn't ask him to do these goddamn interviews. I didn't ask him to go live with Claudia and child, I was gonna call him Al, Dustin. I didn't ask him to go live and beat up Portia's ass. I didn't ask him to do that. So it wouldn't be nothing to talk about. I just noticed how he talks about Portia over how he tries to talk about Melody. He's very passive aggressive with Melody. Okay, and he also used Melody and her supporters, look, with a lisp, and her supporters to kick off his podcast tour. I said it. 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it. I said it. Shit. Okay. And I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't told a lie not one time. Okay? I ain't told not one lie yet. Okay? So, yeah, that's what we talk about. And we talk about hot topics. And I always start out with Love and Marriage Huntsville, because that's what y'all care about the most. Y'all love me talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Go look at my playlist. That's what you care about. You don't care about the rest of this shit. And please stop saying somebody clickbaited you. Somebody wrote some weird shit in one of the other videos. Did I block the person? Because sometimes I just block you motherfuckers. I don't even... Look, I don't even wait to read the comment. I just be blocking people. You clickbaited. Didn't nobody clickbait you. Okay? And then, the name of this is YouTube. Okay? And I gotta get you in. Okay? I can get you in, but I can also kick your ass out. You act crazy. So remember that, honey. But yeah, the person went off on me talking about I be clickbaiting people. No, we have a certain topic that we start off with. Okay, and then we bust out into, the other topics. Listen, my people know. These people, you guys, they gotta be new. Because my people know me. My brand fans, y'all know me. My peoples, honey. Yes, honey. Peoples with an S. They know Miss Robinson, honey. They know Miss Robinson. Y'all know what really bothered me? And I'm a content creator saying this. Live videos really get on my last fucking nerves. They do. People take all fucking day to get to the point. It's like, god damn. Get to the name of the video said this. Why the hell is we going over your lip gloss choices. We gotta hear that you gotta go on a food run. We gotta hear you yelling at your kids. It's like, I feel like, you know how you go and get your hair done by the ghetto girl? You know, you go over to her house about 2 and you don't leave out until midnight because the bitch didn't just get right to your hair. She had to go run errands for her mammy, yell at her kids, cook them something to eat, argue with Junebug and them, okay? Look, shout out to Maya Wilkes, Peanut and them, okay? It's just like, goddamn, y'all, get to the goddamn point. I think people feel like they've made it on the platform. And I get it. You know, you have a certain amount of subscribers, okay, with a lisp. So, you know, it's like, just get to the motherfucking point, okay? Sometimes I don't get to the point. Sometimes certain things may have happened along the way, you know, before I film. And I try to do that every now and again, you know, but it's not every goddamn video. It's just real annoying. So most of the time, you guys, when people have lives, I wait until they get done filming because I don't want to hear all this other shit I didn't sign up for. I be fast forwarding, honey. I do. Be like, y'all got to get to it. Shit, didn't nobody ask, you know? Didn't nobody ask y'all all that? Oh, I'm reading these damn comments. I really think Carlos King wishes he was Melody. He was in love with Martell. He will never turn on Martell. Oh, he got mad at Martell. Carlos did what a lot of people do. They only want to hold Martell accountable and responsible for his actions when he do something to him. Like when Martell said that the show was fake and they are paid actors, Carlos felt like Martell was shading his production team, his business, Kingdom Reign Entertainment, honey. So he took that very personal. Now, I always tell y'all got to watch how people do other people because they will do you that way. That's the way of the world. Before somebody started to do you wrong, they did 10 other people wrong. I think what happened on Love and Marriage Huntsville is people saw how Martell treated Melody and was thinking, oh, that's just her, and he just cheated on her and lied to her and put her health at risk and all that. He just did that to her. And then when Martell worked his goddamn Chucky doll ass to their life and started disrupting and messing up their stuff, then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? He's a horrible guy, and yeah. That's how Carlos and the rest of them peoples is. Like Kimmy, oh, he's such a good guy until they start off the one season. She didn't want to invite him to her party because Kimmy felt like he was trying to mess up her marriage. Okay? Latifah loved telling Melody that Martell cheated on her, had a baby on her, but then we hear her crying because Martell said she was in the back of the Buick with one of his homeboys. And so then she starts to get all upset in her feelings, and Marceau got to calm her down, and now all of a sudden Martell is G-A-Y. Do you see what I'm saying? But it was okay when he was out here dogging his ex-wife, putting her in lowest terms, and having her in a burning house. That was okay, though. See, it's always okay when it's, you know, Melody or, you know, when it's one person, but then once that person spreads that vitriol to everybody, now everybody is like, oh, he's horrible. Oh my God, how dare he do such a thing? What about all them bullets he put up in somebody else? He did it to the one person before he made it to y'all. Okay? So yeah, I also noticed that. Like that right there that I just talked about, that should be a whole fucking video. Okay? But listen, honey, I'm not going to hold y'all. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, honey. It's a lot going on out in these streets, honey. So the Essence Fest was a thing, honey. Okay, a lot of people have not been going to the Essence Fest, but there were a lot of our faves. They were there. Funky Dineva, y'all know I'm a fan of his. He was there, and he apologized to Claudia Jordan. So they made up, you guys, at the Essence Festival. Claudia looked so pretty in her dress, but I have a few comments, a few critiques. Um, a lot of people are worried about Claudia giving Funky Dineva another chance. I love Funky Dineva down. I think he's very talented. He's very articulate, very well spoken, very intellectual, right? Like Funky is that dude, but I wouldn't work with him again if I were Claudia. To me, his ego got the best of him. After he left Foxhole, to me, Claudia still has not learned her lesson. She outed the lady Joyce that they used to work with. I felt like that was so unnecessary. And I feel like a lot of this type of stuff is going to keep happening to Claudia until she learns her lesson. I feel like for Claudia to be as old as she is, what is she, in her 50s? She just seems to be very immature. Because I feel like you sitting up here talking, well, not sitting, honey. She was standing when she was talking. She put the lady Joyce on blast. And Funky, he never said any names. He just said, the people we were working with, which is always, you guys, the best thing to do. Don't name names. Don't get messy. Don't get in the gutter. Yeah, you had a toxic coworker or boss or, and just say that. You don't need to say people's names. But Claudia gets on the mic. Yeah, Joyce, she wasn't no good and she was playing us against each girl. If you go and work for another company, they're going to look at that and think, oh, well, I wonder what's going to happen with me when I piss Claudia off. So for Claudia to be as old as she is, okay? And I like Claudia. Claudia she be on Portia's ass, and I'm here for it, okay? There's something that's really genuine about Claudia. I think she's beautiful, funny. I do think she's immature. I do. And I think she kind of has what Kenya has. They suffer from the same illness, which is, I will call other people out on shit, but I still, suffer from being immature. Like Kenya to Nene. Kenya would always say, oh, the Real Housewives of Atlanta house is in foreclosure and, all that shiggity with Nene and it's her house. Nene is coming back season 17. Listen, she's coming back. We gonna talk about it. She was just on Cynthia's podcast, okay? But, she suffers from the same thing that Kenya suffers from. They're beautiful women, but they are very immature and they do not know the error of their ways. They don't take responsibility and accountability for how they need to change, for how they show up at work. Kenya did all that shit, said all that shit about Nene just to say it herself. Oh, well, you can't sue your employer. Oh, you can't talk bad about your employer. But, bitch, we saw you several times on these interviews throwing Bravo under the damn bus. And like I just said, people will, they'll get on one person for doing something or behaving a certain way. And then when it's your turn to get that same treatment from the same damn toxic company or toxic coworker or boss, whatever the case may be, now you have a problem. But it was okay when Bravo was mistreating Nene. That was okay though, right? But yeah, Claudia is immature. Claudia needs boundaries. I'm questioning all of this, you guys. Where does Al fit in? Al was a very big problem on that show. And I don't believe he is, I I don't know. I don't believe he's as innocent as he tries to perform. Because to me, Al gives performance. It was him and Claudia that was doing a lot of the back and forth, and cutting up and being childish, and and Funky got, he got in on it. Funky, you messed up when you started to compete with them. And I told y'all I mainly watched Fox Soul for, Funky Dineva. I found him to be the most entertaining. But he got in his ego. I could, most of the viewers, they was over there, they was watching me. They wasn't thinking about y'all. Yeah, I'll try to compete with y'all. Like, how do you do all of that? And then if you really, and he claimed that he left on his own accord. They wouldn't give him health insurance, and they, lowered the money a little bit, right? So if you claim you didn't technically have no issues with anybody, why did you talk about Claudia so bad? Okay? You was over there listening to what Al had to say about Claudia. So you claim, I don't know. I just could never trust him again, you guys, after, what he did, competing with the show, talking about me so bad. Claudia admitted that Funky Dineva really hurt her feelings and made her cry, and, so... And like I said, I'm happy that they made up. But see, just because we forgive people, it doesn't mean we need to allow them to be back in our lives, right? It doesn't mean we should work with them again. Because anybody can apologize, you guys, but it doesn't mean that they have changed. So let's see what the people think about this. So one person says, I don't want to see no hating on this either. Let people connect and reconnect. Such is life. One person responds and says they can connect and fully move forward when he can apologize to Claudia. They work so well together. But I can't move forward until apologies and forgiveness have been made. Another person says he said some things that were very hurtful because it had some truth to it. He made fun of her failed relationships and rotten eggs. Comments like that cut women deep. And I wonder, is him and Al still cool? Because before, he would always say, yeah, me and Al is so cool. He been quiet about him. So now you want to work with Claudia. Does Al still want to work with her? Another person says, I'm glad he cleared her name. I feel like Claudia is an easy target for people to pile on and not like for no reason. So negative narratives continually get perpetuated. Good job, Q. Negative narratives about Claudia get perpetuated because Claudia is, you guys, she's immature. She's immature. I could tell it's still there because she outed that woman. Yes, we heard that the lady Joyce was a problem, but I just didn't feel like it was necessary. I felt like she should have been discreet and said, we had producers at the time that were failing us, that were no good to us, that were pitting us against each other. You still could have made your point without saying this lady's name, because what tends to happen is, even if it's true, right, people will see that and be like, well, damn, I want to offer them a deal, but what if she starts, speaking badly about me? And, I just felt like it was so unnecessary. I also have noticed Claudia, she loves talking a lot of shit about Nene, but she's not on Nene's level at all. I think she thinks she is, because she's been in the entertainment business for a long time, but you're not on her level. You couldn't have a show like Nene where thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people getting 50 and 100,000 views. You're never going to see that, Claudia. So you're not even on Nene's level to have all this negative stuff to say about her. I don't like how she tried to put out there that Nene be using the gays, and, honey, the gays be using Nene too, okay? Look, they see me, we see each other. So I don't don't know. She tried to put that narrative out there I call bullshit. She tries to act like, you know, oh, I'm just such a super sweet person. Remember, she was down to the Carlos King. Oh, I keep getting taken advantage of. Oh, people, they just don't like good people. Some of that is true in life, right? But sometimes, to really do our big one, we got to look at the part that we play in certain stuff and then why certain situations don't work out. I think with Claudia, she don't have no boundaries. She don't have no boundaries. TGIF, it ended up getting canceled. That was actually an idea that they stole from Nene. Both Funky Dineva and Claudia made fun of Nene and how she had the idea for the show and she just, you know, she couldn't get it off the ground and it just wasn't giving and it was so terrible, but they copied it, right? That's what your haters will do. They will copy the fuck off of you and swear you ain't shit, but yeah, they'll copy off every damn thing you do. Ain't that right, Latifah? You got a black soul, brand new. Got a truthful soul, okay? But that's what they do. They will, you know, that's what a hater do, honey. They watch every little move you make, every step you take. Okay, but they swear up and down, well, I can't stand her. Okay, but always staring at you. Always trying to listen to your conversations. And that way they can weaponize it and use it for later. Okay? Later on when they throw you under the bus. Another thing is with Claudia has a good thing going with Carlos King and Dustin. And I don't think that she would have those issues, you know, with them. Now, if she goes on one of Carlos's shows, and we know how he do the black women's, honey, okay, that may be, look, that may change, but since it's an internet show, right, I don't think it will be that bad, and he will, you know, sink her and all the other little shit he do, you know, the little backhanded shit he do behind the scenes. I think she should stay over there with them, but in no way would I work with Funky Dineva again. You got one motherfucking time to show me your character. And I get people, you guys make mistakes. I get it. I make mistakes, you know. I think people forgive people though, and I know I forgive people based on how I feel about them, honestly. Like, if I love you and I care for you, it ain't really nothing for me to forgive you, depending on what you done did, right? But people that display bad character, people that's going back and forth with me on social media, arguing with me, trying to compete with me. Oh, I don't need y'all. I don't have nothing against nobody, but, you know, I don't need y'all. And if you don't have nothing against anybody, Funky, why are you talking like that? Ego, his ego is way too big. It is. And I love him. I told y'all I'm a big fan of Funky Dineva. But I'm going to tell you when you're wrong and when you're right. I wouldn't forgive him. I wouldn't trust him and Al, you know, their friendship. Because I'm here to tell you, when two, you know, gay men link up like that, hell, even the straight ones, they, you know, what you think they got in common? You. They go talk about you like a dog. And they probably have did that. So, several times over, you know. So let's look at what some more people are saying. Another person says, but should she work with you again, Funky, is the question. You started dragging that lady. You jumped online and cussed that lady out, and you said she was the reason for the show's demise. Yeah. Claudia, you, Dustin, and Carlos got a good thing going. You don't need him. That part. Okay? That part, you don't need him. And I wonder if he sees that. Do y'all think that Funky is jealous of what she got going with Carlos and Dustin? You know? But yeah, I'm not working back with somebody that told me, yeah, I don't need y'all, and I got this big ass following, and I'm this and I'm that, and nope, I just wouldn't trust it. I think Funky is looking for another bag. I think he likes doing his show, but you know, you get to come in when you want and you get to, you know, do your own thing. That may be something that really works for him. Everybody is not good with working with people. Okay? And Claudia only works in groups. That's another thing with her. She tried to talk all this shit about Nene, but she's only good when she's like with people. She's not really all that good when she by herself. Her stuff, it don't take off like that. For her to have been in the industry for as long as she's been. Do you see what I'm saying? She over there with somebody else on the YouTube channel. And she not even getting the numbers she was getting for the, what was it? For TGIF and for the Queens, y'all know the other show with Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, and Selena Johnson, you know. So, yeah. And she ended up losing TGIF. You know, she didn't do her due diligence. She didn't sign off on her intellectual property. She didn't claim it as hers. See, you're so fucking messy. You're not even handling your business. That's a character flaw. That's, you know, it's who you are. When you see people doing that, they're more invested in something that's, you know, negative. Okay? A lot of people, you guys, they claim to be really ambitious. And yeah, I ain't gonna let nobody dog me out. And yeah, and that's all you see. I know I had a friend like that. I don't let motherfuckers play with me. Every other time I would talk to him. Yeah, this motherfucker played with me again. Yeah, because you the nigga to play with. Listen, okay? Yeah, I'm just so smart. And yeah, I'm just this. And well, then why you didn't, you know, why you didn't do your due diligence with your intellectual property? Okay? You're not like a content creator or, you know, you an actress, you in plays, you done been on Price is Right, you done been modeling, you been in videos, you done been around the block a few times. So it's like, why is somebody like you having these issues? Because you're more invested in drama and mess. And yeah, those things pay, but if you're trying to get paid and handle your business and do your big one, you know, you got to make sure you got your paperwork in order. So Claudia has did an interview, and she was sitting next to Jill Marie Jones, Tony, honey, of Girlfriends. That character, honey, is so underrated. Jill Marie Jones did her big one, honey, with Tony Childs. I love that character because Tony was real shit. Even though she was flawed and fucked up, honey, she was real as hell. Tony wanted a biracial baby. She wanted to get out of Fresno. She hated a country ass mammy. Eugene! Y'all remember Jennifer Lewis, I'm sorry. And Jennifer Williams, change your damn last name back. Ain't no damn Jennifer Gold. You a damn fool. That ain't even that man's real last name. Just a mess. Another person says you could reconcile without going back, especially at work. Boundaries should be established and respected. Yeah. Okay. Another person says what happened to Funky and his Rashida podcast collab. Don't trust that unhinged nigga, Claudia. Don't do it. He gloated and took joy in y'all failing. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. I told y'all I love Funky down, but to me, Funky showed his ass. You know, he showed his ass. All of them did. But you know what? They all made fun of Nene and her show not taking off, okay? Because it was supposed to be a talk show with a woman and two gays. They copied and pasted the idea, but guess what? In the words of Nene Leakes, you never win when you play dirty. Okay, and God ain't gonna bless no mess. And that's why TGIF is dismantled, and they are sitting up here blaming Joyce and all these other higher ups. No, I need you motherfuckers to look in the mirror, because y'all caused your own downfall, because y'all all got together under false pretenses for the wrong reasons. Okay? Another person, he gloated and took joy in the show failing, as he should have. There was a point to be made. He was the star of the show. Yeah, he was the star of the show, but he didn't have to treat Claudia the way that he did. And to me, he jumped and got on Al's side. And to me, Al is not innocent. None of them are. They all have some growing to do. Okay? Child, let's shake a bone and get the hell on. In other news, they saying that allegedly Stefan Diggs revealed he dumped Cardi B. Her BBL stinks like garbage. Cardi B breaks down. She done took all his pictures, honey, from off the Instagram, honey. He done took her pictures down. You got Offset that need to shut the fuck up and get back to work. He all up in the business. Okay? That man was really in his feelings, though, that Cardi moved on. That's why you got to do that. With these niggas, you got to move on. Lauryn Hill was down to the Essence Fest, honey, performing. Okay, I heard she was performing real late. It wasn't her fault this time, you guys. That's good. Okay. That's good. But she only had, what, a few hundred people there? But I'm proud that my girl was there and stuck it out. Oh, the lady Amy Luciani officially files for divorce from Dwight Howard after 6 months of marriage. Why y'all be getting married and you know the nigga ain't no good? Ain't he gay? Okay. Wasn't he out here messing with a man or a transgender somebody, honey, and you married him anyways? Now, the story that I really want to get to, honey, is our girl, Miss Eva Marcille and Michael Sterling were down to the Essence Festival, honey. Y'all saw that little post? And y'all saw Eva lost all that weight? She looked real sickly after they divorced, like too thin. You know, Eva looked good when her and Michael was together, but honey, once they broke up, she got all real slim. You know, she was already a real slim woman, so, you know, everybody was concerned about Eva. But Eva Marcille surprised fans by sharing a video of herself with ex-husband Michael Sterling at the 2025 Essence Fest, sparking speculation about a possible reconciliation. The clip shows the former couple looking cozy and happy in New Orleans. While there is no confirmation of them getting back together, fans expressed support and excitement at the prospect of the reunion. Eva and Michael Sterling finalized their divorce in 2023 after 4 years of marriage, but their recent interaction has sparked curiosity about the status of their relationship. I think that Eva really loved this man. So let's see what the fans got to say about this. One person says, Eva looks amazing. She gained back the weight. The smile gives, I'm happy. It does. Michael's teeth was a bit yellow, though. I was like, oh, Eva, honey, give him some of your whitening. Some of the whitening toothpaste, baby, that you got. His teeth, though. It just, and I'm not a person, you guys, that just like to just be making fun of folks, but his teeth, it was very, like, different from hers. That's what I remember. Because I was looking at Eva, she got a mouth full of white teeth, and then they get to him, it's giving yellow, and it's like, okay, Michael, you better put some baking soda on that shit, get them damn teeth white. But yeah, Eva looks happy, you know, when she's with him. I don't want her, though, running back to him because she couldn't find anybody else. Because, yeah, Michael was out here, honey, we'll say allegedly, honey, but he was out here getting drunk and, you know, it looked like once he had that car crash or whatever the hell he had when he was out here drinking or got the DUI, whatever it was, that's when Eva, you know, got rid of him. So Eva said, honey, I ain't trying to be a part of that. What y'all think of them getting back together? I think they're a beautiful couple. And like I said, I think Eva really cares for him. because she never really moved on after him. And somebody made a comment, and they said, "Oh, Michael Sterling was a good man, Savannah." And Eva said, "He is a good man. He still is." I said, "Oh shit, Eva taking up for her man, her man." Now, in other news, we got Dr. Heavenly has officially announced, this is Heavenly Kimes of Married to Medicine. She announced her campaign for Georgia State Representative seat 93 with campaign manager Quad in tow. Cameras will be rolling for a rally to get the state buzzing about Dr. Heavenly's campaign. Heavenly girl, you're not liked like that. I don't know. This is something new and it's surprising because I've been wondering where my girl Heavenly is. I like her on YouTube. But I don't see Heavenly winning this. I mean, hell, she could barely win over the fans yet, let alone some damn voters, child. So ain't nobody, I don't really see nobody voting for Heavenly or taking her seriously. What do y'all think? Are you gonna vote for Heavenly? Are you in the Atlanta area? Last but not least, you guys, let's talk about Nene Leakes. She was down to the Humble Brag podcast. I believe that's the name of it, with Cynthia and the Asian lady from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That lady was boring as hell on that show. She may be more interesting like on this podcast, but yeah, when she was on that damn Beverly Hills, she was boring. The show already to me is kind of boring, kind of dry. Okay, but yeah, child, and I believe they get paid the most and be doing the least. They not even entertaining like that, but it's Beverly Hills, right? But anyways, we learned that Brent Leakes, son of reality TV star Nene Leakes, has faced significant health challenges in recent years, including a stroke and congestive heart failure. He underwent a heart transplant surgery in July. Nene mentioned that he had been in the hospital since May. And that's the reason why, you guys, she turned down Traders. It had nothing to do with the money. Nene was ready to get to that money. But instead, honey, they settled on Portia. Because, of course, she is runner-up. Speaking of Portia ain't nothing but a hoe. Okay, she is. And I say that because I saw her and Cynthia playing spades, right? And they were asking Portia, choose something from Cynthia's life that you wish that you could have. And, you would think she would say, Cynthia's cheekbones or her modeling career. Here go this bitch, Portia, her male identified as, yeah, I wish I could have Leon. Bitch, how about you don't think about no niggas? You always think about somebody baby daddy, but you over there having a whole fucking fit over Drew recording with your baby daddy. Yeah, I want Leon. Why everything got to do with a damn man all the time? I would want Cynthia's wardrobe. I would want to do some of Cynthia's films. And I think Cynthia is a better actress than Portia. I saw Portia on something on Lifetime, and she just doesn't give actress. Her acting is just as horrible as Shamia in them damn videos trying to act like she doing something, child. It's a mess. I said, Portia, if I could still see you and I can't see your character, you're not a good actress. You're not. But yes, Homegirl, she was up there with Nick Cannon, and the rest of them. Talking about, yeah, I would take Cynthia's baby daddy, not her acting career. Because Cynthia been doing a lot of stuff, movies and stuff, and, she's been a model, and you would have thought she would have said something like that, but everything always goes back to a man. It's like really sad at this point. So back to Brent. He underwent a heart transplant. Look at me, can't even get the words out. He underwent a heart transplant surgery in July after being diagnosed with congestive heart failure earlier in the year. Brent has documented his recovery journey, which included learning to walk and speak again. It is really it's just sad, and that's a lot for Nene. I wish Brent well, you know. Um, it's sad he got the heart transplant and then began having issues, with that heart. So, yeah, I just wish him a speedy recovery. That's hard for Nene. That she already lost Greg, and her and Brennan's really close, and then you got Bryson. He has it, his issues. So I just be concerned about, for my girl. Like, that's a lot, dealing with, health issues. And Bren is really young, you guys. Like, when you're young, that's kind of the best years of your life, and he's in his 20s, you guys, dealing with all of this. Okay, that is a lot. So, yeah, y'all keep Nene and Brent in your prayers. I will, honey. Oh, Nene and Cynthia, they talked about, will Nene ever be a friend of the show? See, Cynthia swore up and down that Nene was never a friend on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was. I thought it was cute with her and Cynthia, debating about that, but she was season 8 with Kim Fields. I love when Nene came back because the show is always dry without Nene. It is. Bravo knows it. That's why she coming back, because ever since Nene left that show, it ain't quite been the same. And people love saying, well, can't no one person fix the show. I disagree, because it looked like one motherfucker left, and it ain't been right ever since. So you can love or hate Nene, but that show ain't been right ever since she left it. Okay? So, but yeah, she was season 8 with Kim Fields and Phaedra. I love Nene and Phaedra making fun of Kenya. That was so funny. Remember, they was trying to get Kim to speak up for herself when it came to Kenya. So that, that was cute. They talked about Peter. Nene said her first impression of Peter was that he was really mean. And then they shared that Cynthia was allegedly whooping his ass behind the scenes. Cynthia denied it. And Nene was like, she cussed Peter the hell out, had his ass in tears. I could believe it. I done put a few niggas in tears, child. Okay? Cynthia doesn't show that side of herself. But I think that that's actually smart of her. Because everybody shouldn't see every side of you. They shouldn't. Because, honey, if they was to see it, they wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. So I actually think that's kind of smart. I love seeing Cynthia and Nene together, because to me their friendship was always real, and her friendship with Kenya, to me it was always convenient. Kenya wanted to triangulate. That's why that triangulation popped up in her damn marriage. Okay, whatever you put out there, you will receive. Okay. But yeah, I just think that for Kenya to go this long without talking to Cynthia and to be so mad at Cynthia, just because Cynthia told her ass the truth, she said that you are beneath that. She ain't beneath it, because she did it. So she ain't beneath that. Like I said, I actually like Kenya a lot more now than I've ever did. I definitely like her more than Britt. But I feel like Kenya is one of those people where she doesn't like to admit when she's wrong. She doesn't want to admit she may have taken things too far. And I think she's probably jealous that Cynthia is still on the show. I didn't like how Cynthia was kind of, being, real cool with Britt and all of that. Do your damn job, but don't be too cool with this heifer. She ain't no damn good either. Okay? But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just feel a way about that. Like, Kenya, you didn't have to do Cynthia like that. You don't throw your friend away because you're mad at her because she told your ass the truth. Aunt Laura used to tell Kenya she go too damn far, and her ass didn't want to hear it, So, yeah. But, yeah, talked all that shit about Nene, ended up in the same place. So, but I hope Kenya comes back because, like I said, the show needs her. They need her or Nene, somebody, because Portia is not a star like that. She cannot carry the show. Phaedra either. They cannot, and they're not going to be authentic. They're not going to challenge people. They're not going to push story. They want to be in too much of a controlled environment. And the show doesn't need that because it keeps the show stagnant and at this little high school level. The show is giving high school now to me. What do you all think? But yeah, what else they talk about down to the humble brag? If that's the name of it, child, y'all know I'd be messing up these people's names, honey. They talked about Cynthia, how she came in, with Nene being her friend. I don't think they even really knew each other like that. Cynthia says she felt safe, those first couple of seasons because Nene was the star of the show. I love that all throughout the interview, Cynthia gave Nene her flowers. I love that. I love that, even though that these two have fallen out multiple times, the love is always there. And Cynthia has been on Nene's podcast. Nene has been on hers. I think Nene's interview is one of their highest rated shows, so that's good. I'm glad that the girls are helping each other out. Okay, we see each other. Okay, I asked you guys, should Claudia Jordan work with Funky Dineva again since he apologized? 12% of you all said yes. 88% of you all said no. Now, honey, that is very interesting. Now, really quickly, let me get into this Armon Wiggins post. Y'all know the people dragged Armon Wiggins for putting all that baby oil on, after they reached a verdict in the Diddy trial. So Armon Wiggins took to his social media to write, yesterday, a clip of me outside the courthouse went viral and was taken out of context. What started as a lighthearted moment, part of a long-running joke with my audience, was misinterpreted and as support for Sean Diddy Combs. That was never my intention. For the past 60 days, I've worked hard to cover this case with honesty and objectivity. That moment was about sharing a bit of levity with the community that's been on this journey with me, nothing more. Still, I fully understand how the timing and optics may have felt and looked hurtful, especially to survivors of abuse. I sincerely apologize to anyone who was impacted or disappointed. This has been a reminder to move with greater care, and I remain committed to doing this work with integrity and heart. So what did y'all think of that? Y'all think Armon, I thought it was in poor taste. Even if it's for your supporters, I think you should, if you was going to do it, you should have did it on your own premises. That's what I think. So another person, let's see what these people got to say, honey. So one person says, that's what I'm talking about. No crashing out, just learning and moving on. Another person says, this is what taking responsibility looks like. Thank you, sir. Another person says, ugh, this is so frustrating. After being here from the beginning and knowing the context of the more oil and how it had no malicious intent. Hats off to you for your maturity and compassion. Another person says, those who love your channel know that you had no dog in the fight, as you say every day. Another person says, you're a good dude. Saw the clip on Twitter and immediately recognized you and I knew as someone that watched your videos daily that it was a joke. Why did you write that damn sentence like that? Don't have Miss Robinson reading this foolishness, child. Another person thanks Armon for realizing it was in poor taste. You had the absolute best coverage of anyone and love seeing you on Nancy Grace. Child, they out here dragging Tisa tails, talking about her ass always lying. The damn Diddy fans, honey, ran her up out the damn courthouse. She was in the car, child. They was dragging her, talking about she acting like a whole goddamn Karen over, Diddy and his fans. There was some man cussing her out that I saw. So, yeah, it looked like though she was dancing as he was cussing her out, but that ain't what she said when she was in her damn vehicle. So I'm like, what is going on? I have never been able to really get into her commentary like that. She does good work, though. You know, she has a big following, so she must be doing something right. But it was always something about her I didn't like. She just seemed too cartoonish for me. Some of these people on here, they do good work. You know, they have a popular following. They are popular due to their following, but I can't. There's I don't know. When I connect with a YouTuber or content creator, I'm looking for like personality and do you make me laugh? Some people just don't have that. They just give you the news or, you know. Um, so yeah. So how do y'all feel about Miss Tisa Tales? A lot of people feel like, you know, she's getting what she asks for because, you know, she always is inserting herself, honey, into everybody's business. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of that. And I will check you guys out in the next video.